Sairam children, welcome to today's English class. Today I'm going to start a new story, a new lesson for you. The name of the lesson is The Storm. Now it has been raining for some days and you will probably understand how a storm feels like. It's full of rain, lightning, thunder, it's all wet around. So this lesson is The Storm. It is written by an author, Ruskin Bond. Let's first understand who is Ruskin Bond. He is a very famous author. Ruskin Bond is a famous writer who lives in Mussoorie, Uttarakhand, that is in North India. He has written over 300 short stories. Now 300 stories is not a small number, so you know how famous his books and his stories are. You're going to be reading a part of a story written by him. Now this is not a complete story, it is only a part of a story which is written by him. It's from that book which he has written. His stories are simple, imaginative and realistic. Now what is special about his stories are they are written in simple words and they are really imaginative, and when you imagine yourself in that place you will realize how wonderful it feels. You must try to read more stories written by him. You can try buying those books on Amazon if they are at a good price. This story is narrated by him in first person, that is using I. So he says this story like I was there. So it's like you can imagine it being there as if you are saying the story. So this is a picture of Ruskin Bond that I found when he was small. Now he's an old man, of course. Now there you see on the left hand is an old man. He's Ruskin Bond. And there you can see many children sitting near him, listening to him. Many children across the world are fond of his stories. Now, where was he? He was born in Mussoorie. He stayed in a place called Mussoorie. Mussoorie is a hill station. It's famous. People go over there for feeling the winter, the snow. It's on the mountains, you can see. It's beautiful. The houses are high up on the mountains and the clouds come approaching. You can feel the clouds. It snows over there. It's a very beautiful place. Now let's start the lesson. We are used to sudden storms up here, high in the hills. The old building in which I live has, for over 100 years, stood against the force of the wind and rain. Now he is saying that they are used to storms because they are high up in the mountains, in the hills. Now he is living in a building which is over 100 years old, and it has stood against means it has not fallen because of the wind and rain. See, so this could be like an old building that he lives in. And when it rains, that's what happens to the old building. I have just taken these pictures so you get an idea on how high he was and how he was feeling when the house was facing the rain and the strong winds. How was his building? It's a 3-storied building, and I live on the top floor with my adopted family, 3 children and their parents. So he is living not with his own family, but he is living with another family. They have 3 children and the parents also live over there. The roof is made of tin sheets. Now this photo is to tell you how the tin sheets are. With a ceiling of wooden boards. So first there are wooden planks and then there are tin sheets. It had held fast in other storms. He's saying that until now the tin sheets were strong in all the storms that were there until now. But that night the wind came howling with a whoo. So he is describing the wind as if the wind is a person. And then he's saying the sound that the wind made. The old roof groaned. Groan is the sound we make when we are in pain. So again he is telling that the old roof is like a person, and groaning, and clattered for many hours. The sound when something hits each other, like tap, 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 that is a clattering sound. So for many hours they heard a clattering sound, and the roof was groaning. The rain hit the window, and the lights kept coming and going. The light kept coming and going means the power cut. They were having power cut, and then again the lights came, again the lights kept going. So that's how the night was for them. We couldn't sleep, but we stayed in bed for warmth and comfort. Now they definitely can't sleep, but they have not left their bed because it's cold. A bed can keep you warm. After about 4 hours, the roof could take it no more. My part of it was the first to go. So after 4 hours of continuous rain, he's saying that the roof could take it no more, it could not bear. So what happened? The roof which was above Ruskin Bond's head flew away. The wind got under the roof until, with a ripping sound, the metal sheets blew off. Now he's saying with a ripping sound means like a tearing sound. These metal sheets, the tin sheets, blew away. Some of them dropped with claps like thunder on the road below. They flew away and then they fell on the road below with a loud sound. So that's it, I thought. Nothing worse can happen. Now he doesn't have a roof over his head. But suddenly I felt icy water on my face. I leapt from my bed. The word leapt means jumping with a force. A large part of the ceiling had blown off. Now, ceiling is a roof. A lot of the roof has blown away in the wind. Water was also pouring onto my open typewriter and onto the radio, bed covers and clothes cupboard. So now that the roof is not there, a lot of water is pouring into the room. So there is the typewriter, the radio, the bed covers, the clothes cupboard, everything is getting wet. You can see here how a child is in a quilt, in a blanket, huddling for warmth. Picking up my precious typewriter, I stumbled into the front room. Means went walking, falling into the front room. Why is he saying precious typewriter? Because he is an author. He writes books and he types the stories with the help of a typewriter. In the olden days, there were no computers. They used to use typewriter. That's why he calls it precious, because it's very dear to him. Water poured through the window slats down on the bookshelves. By now, the children had joined me. Now all the children were with him picking up things. Dolly and her brother picked up armful of books, picked them in their arms, like how we carry so many things, and carried them into their room. The floor was wet, so the books had to be piled on the beds. Now they were piling up the books one on top of the other on the beds because the floor was wet. A large field rat leapt onto the desk. Dolly squealed and ran for the door. Dolly is a girl. After she sees the large rat, she screams, a sharp scream, and then she runs for the door, towards the door. Now what you see in this picture is window slats. I have taken this picture so you understand what are window slats. It's an old house. The olden days houses used to have window slats like this. It's all right, said Mukesh, her brother. He's only looking for shelter from the storm. Now who is this he? That's the rat they are speaking about. They're saying that the rat is looking for shelter from the storm. 2 rooms were now roofless. We saw flashes of lightning and then the lights went out. That means there was a power cut again. The children's father had already found a lamp and we went on moving books, papers and clothes to the children's room. Our feet were freezing now Why are their feet freezing? Because it's become very cold. It has been raining for more than 5-6 hours. Tables and chairs were piled high with books. That means you can imagine how many books were there. All the tables and chairs have been piled high with books. The beds were pushed into the driest corner of the children's room. There, huddled in blankets and quilts, we spent the rest of the night while the storm blew. The storm was blowing continuously while the children and the people, they huddled themselves. They sat together close in blankets and quilts. Quilts also mean blankets, different kind of blankets. And they had pushed the beds to the driest corner so that their blankets and quilts don't get wet. See the lightning. Can you see how scary it can be when there is no power? The lights have gone out and there is thunder and lightning all around. Slowly the wind stopped. Now it stopped blowing. It's more calmer. And it began to snow. After the rain, now it has started snowing. Snowflakes drifted through the gaps in the ceiling, settling everywhere. Now why is he saying snowflakes drifted? Snow looks different than rain. Rain falls down like water, but snow floats as if it floats through the air. It's soft like cotton. So it was settling slowly everywhere. It's really beautiful to watch snow, children. Early next morning, we found the window panes covered with snow and icicles. Then the rising sun shone through the gaps in the ceiling and turned everything to gold. Snow crystals shone like diamonds on the empty bookshelves. So he is describing how the snow looked. The snow looks beautiful, it's soft. And what are icicles? When the water is falling and dripping down because of the very cold weather, the water freezes. The water drops freeze. And then it is like a cone upside down. I have a picture, I'll show you. And it's just transparent, like the movie Frozen, you would have seen in that. And when the sun rays shine through it, it looks like gold. And it looks like diamonds. The children's father went out to find a carpenter and a tinsmith, a carpenter to repair the wooden boards and a tinsmith to repair their roof. The rest of us started putting things in the sun to dry out. Now what do we do after a rain? If the sun is out, we are all putting things to dry. That's the same they all did. By evening, we had got much of the roof on again. That means most of the roof they had repaired. Now, actually the story is not over, isn't it? We feel like listening more. But our lesson is over. If you would like to read more, then you will have to find the book and read it. So I'll show you a picture of icicles. On the left hand side, you can see how the snow has fallen on the roof and how the icicles are hanging from the roof. It's like glass. And on the right side, you can see when the sun is shining on the icicles, how it's shining like diamond and it's looking golden. Isn't it beautiful, children? Hope you enjoyed this story. If you really want to enjoy reading about nature, then you must read more of Ruskin Bond's storybooks. Remember, nature is the best teacher. Why should you read more of books? I tell all of you, keep reading books. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you will go. Now, if you read, you're going to be cleverer, smarter. You'll learn many more things that many people don't know. And when you learn more things, when you keep growing big, you'll be able to go to different places and you will be able to be a well-read and a very smart person. Here you can see Ruskin Bond with all the children holding his books. So the children really enjoy books. I hope you enjoy reading books too. Bye bye, children. Sai Ram.